Welcome back. In this video I'm going to cover inserting images and image properties and how to prepare your image to upload onto your website. So say you want to insert a graphic that you have on your computer. You can add this to your website content using the editor here. So you click Edit, obviously, to get to your edit screen on the page you would like to do this. Click in the content where you want to insert this image. So I'm going to just put it right in front of this paragraph here. As we covered in one of the other videos, you want to click on the image icon. This is going to open up your image properties. On the left side is your image files that are uploaded to your website. On the right side are the image properties. So let's start with getting an image onto the website. So you can create folders in here if you want to organize your files on your website. Otherwise, they're just going to upload into the root folder here and just list in alphabetical order. To actually upload files, you click Upload and then click Select Files. And then you're going to browse your computer, go to your Pictures folder or wherever you've saved your images, and click on it and click Open. Now, before I do this, I'm going to edit this image. Couple of reasons. You'll notice that the dimensions are 1867 by 1608. That's a fairly large graphic. It's not going to display that large on the website, and it's 413 kilobytes, so it's not a huge file, but it could definitely be smaller for the web. So to do that, click Cancel for now. You can use your favorite image editing software. You could use Microsoft Paint on one end. On the other end, you could use Microsoft or Adobe Photoshop. Sorry, if you have that software and know how to use it. A good compromise. There's a couple other sort of free options out there that are available to you. Pixlr is one. You can Google search that. One that I have installed on my computer already is called Paint.net. And I'll put a link in the bottom of the video to that software website. So I'm just going to open this image on my computer here, and I'm going to resize it here. So all I need to do is go up to Image and Resize, and you'll see that I have this is the pixels here. And I'm going to go with something smaller that's more appropriate for web. Now, when you put the image on your page, you can adjust the size later. So I'm just going to use 800 by this automatically adjusted the height for me to 689. This is just something that's big enough you can still work with it, but small enough it's going to cut back on the file size and the actual size you have to work with. So I'm just going to click OK on here, and then since I want to change the file name as well, I'm just going to go Save As. So it's not recommended that you have spaces and special characters in your file name, so I'm just going to rename this to _small and delete that. And so yeah, not recommended to use spaces on your file names that you upload to your site. So I'm just going to save that, overwrite my existing one that I had, and you can adjust the quality at the end here. So I've set this to 70, which is a much smaller size than what it was compared to the 400 kilobytes. So click OK there. It's going to save it. I'm going to jump back to my website, and I'm going to go Select Files. I'm going to find my new training picture small here. I'm going to just click that, click Open, and it's going to upload it here. So now when I click on Training Picture Small, there's a preview. If I want to delete this file, I can hit Delete here, and close this to close the preview. Once I've clicked on a file, it'll add it to my image source. You don't need to touch this ever. This is the path to this file. A title, you can give it a title. This will display if you hover over the image on the front end, or some software will read this to describe to someone what the image is. Alignment. You can left or right align it, so I'm going to just left align this one, so it's going to go beside my text here on the left. If you chose right, it would obviously go on the right side of the text. Margin you can add some space around the image. Since this is on the left side, I'm going to and the text is going to be on the right, I'm going to give the text a bit of space here. I'm going to go 10 pixels on the right side of the image, and then 10 pixels at the bottom of the image. And I'll just move it out, move the text away from the image, just to give us some margin there and a little bit, just look a little better as far as the design goes. My width and height now, as I said, my image is 800 by 640, so I'm going to insert that, and I'll show you how big that is. When you're adjusting your size, you can have it maintain your ratio, which is recommended. It doesn't, it'll adjust the height for you if you adjust the width, and vice versa. And if you change your size, you can hit reset, and that'll change it back to the original size. There's also an option here if you want to have this image link to a URL or another website. You can go ahead and paste in that address there, and then if you wanted to open a new window, you check that option there. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Insert. And as you can see, it's inserted my graphic here. Now it is quite 800 pixels wide, so you can see how big that is. That's the full width of my home page, maximum pretty much, so that's too big. So I'm going to click on that image and click back on my image properties, and as you can see, it's kept all my other properties, so all I want to adjust here is my width. So I'm going to actually cut that down to about 300, and as you see, if you click here, it'll adjust automatically to the correct height. So I click OK, it's going to adjust it down here, and that looks much better. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this page and publish my website to make that change live. Go back to my home page, and there we have it. My resized image. It's if I open up the actual image in the browser, you'll see that it is still 800 by 640, and that's why I recommend resizing them before you upload your files. Otherwise, the image would be quite a bit larger in the background. So when someone visits your website, it has to download that entire file, the big version, and then your page tells it to shrink it down this to this size. So that's why it's important to make sure to edit your files before uploading. It saves you space on your hosting plan, and it means it downloads and views faster for people visiting your website. So that's the introduction into inserting images onto your web content. I hope that helps, and we'll see you next time.